Oh, there's Hoju. Oh my God, everybody in the faction's in. There's number 5 for you there. Art quick as a cat up to the top and just like, oh, good old-fashioned boot to the face. So, oh my God.
What the hell is that?
We just had a glitch out here, folks. No way. No way. Get out of Michaela. Oh my God. Now I got to listen to Kayla J complain to me about this. Boss bye, I guess. Wow. Boss man gets a late number. Dumps her boss out of the ring. The team of gods and balls. We got Hoju. We got Madman Goldman. We got Chris Zodiac teaming up with the Mega Problems. Marina Shafir and Megan Bain. Gods and balls. I couldn't think of it. I thought about ball problems, but, you know, Megan sort of said she doesn't want to talk about ball problems.
The Ringer, Mike Malenko, and Gomez KJ.
Nats, you have no idea how stressed out I am right now. Once the ad break's done, I'll throw it on here. I think we're going to be watching a little football. We are the ones in charge here. I think I've made that plainly clear that this is my promotion. Oh, Walker's in deep trouble. Spine on the pine. And the ref just cleans up. Are you freaking kidding me?
Introducing the individual who drew number 2, representing the Authority from Rancho Cucamonga, California, weighing in at 310 pounds.
Why?
The Ringer,
Why?
Malenko.
I swear to God, this freaking game. I just wrestled the match. Mike the Ref Maloney, Big Bad Boris on the call here tonight. This show is Super Kick! Let go! Let go! Let go! Super Kick Party! Yeah, pay the money for that.
No.
This life is going great! Let's go!
She's healthy.
Let's go!
Is she healthy?
Yeah!
Apparently she's back.
Hey, yo, 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 and away we go. And my God, we're watching football right now, folks. I know it's a wrestling show tonight, but yeah, no, football right now. Let me get the lights up here a little bit. Still trying to figure this out perfectly here, but we got overtime right now. Bills, Broncos, winner goes on to the championship game. My God, I am having a bit of a... I might have a stroke on stream. I might have a stroke on stream at this point. Just watching how this game goes back and forth. There was no reason for this to go back and forth the way it is. But yeah, and that's thank you for checking out the VOD. Will be released on YouTube on Monday. I do have I figured out the draw for the actual tournament going down. We have an entire women's AEW bracket on one quarter of it. It's going to be Bane and Statlander, Willow and Monet. My God, it's third down and they got nothing. Holy crap, the Bills might pull this out. I don't know. Just, you know what? I wanted a good game, and this is what we're getting here. And Bills fans are just freaking out. Right, they're going to throw the corner, one of the wide receivers, and it's going to get completed for a first down. That's what happens here. It hit the ground. Okay, Bills are going to get the ball back with a chance to win the game. All they need is a football game. All they need is a punt. Get a punt, receive, get some few yards, kick a field goal. We go. Just finished beef and broccoli. Let's go. You get a horn for that. For those that are showing up late, by the way, welcome. I hope everybody's having a good week. Tell me what you're up to. Tell me how the week's been. Work has been stressful out of the mind for me. Just because I run car washes crazier than hell. Hey, McGee. Yeah, go Bills. Like, I'm sorry, folks, if we missed the first couple seconds of a taped. All right, they're down at the 8. All right, it's a good start. Snowing here, but playing. It actually hit about. We were close to 40 degrees here today, Fahrenheit. So, at my job, the car washes were packed. We're packed. Just absolutely. It was bonkers today how busy we were. So, basically, I was in scramble mode. I managed to get out in time that I could see. I got here about halfway through the second quarter. Got back home so I could watch. And I'm real. Yeah. Tan? Hell no. Yeah, I'm watching on TSN right now. I got to change it over to USA and Canada for the collision here coming up here. Yes, Alec Price, Jordan Oliver. If you guys didn't hear the news, got signed last. Well, the official announcement of the signing was last night with our friend MJF releasing the details. I wonder if they're going to go Blake Christian and Jordan Oliver as a tag team. Isn't that the East-West connection? And how you doing, Homer? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, now we're 3rd and 5. This is going to get a little stacky here. They seem to be Here's the thing. They're also stacking up a lot of Ring of Honor, I think. The more that I'm seeing, the more the people are popping in here, the more I could see the possibility of them getting a TV deal for Ring of Honor. Because here's another one that I'm really looking forward to. And maybe Mike got a rice cooker for Hanukkah and say, oh, yeah. Well, that's with me, like with the air fryer that I have. First down, let's go. Matriculate that ball down the field. Matriculating the ball down the field. Let's go. That's just, We'll convert that down. You don't need to go crazy here. Just one first down at a time. One first down at a time. Let this defense have a bit of a stroke as they're going along. But one thing I wanted to bring up, and one thing I'm really hoping happens, and if you guys didn't hear the news coming out of last night, or Thursday night, with apparently AMC's official announcement was that they didn't mind how it looked, how the show looked, and how everything was presented the first night on TNA. I'm watching my words very carefully on this because I got in a little bit of shit online if you didn't see this week. So, first of all, I want to get this out of the way right now. I made a comment on X and on Blue Sky about TNA flying in a whole bunch of content creators to watch the first show. I want to stand corrected, and I want it live on mic. I was wrong. They got the invite for the show, but they flew themselves in. They didn't get paid for it or anything like that. They got flown in, or they flew themselves in together and were allowed to backstage create some content. So my bad. If TNA was smart, they would have flown them in, but that's a whole different ball of wax, and that was what assuming does. It just gets you in nothing but trouble. I fucked up. I admitted I fucked up. I put it out there more than once. But honestly, I still feel that the reason I said that is because with that many creators getting there, it seems like something that should have been done for TNA. Like TNA should have done something like that. So it's my bad. Straight up my bad. But either way, the live experience versus the taped experience, like if you were there live, like the AMC execs, they all said everything was good. All right, got another yard. This is not... Oh, your Bills got so lucky there on that. But going out of that, why make Nick a guest? Yeah. It's... They basically did the entire main event setup in a promo after the damn show, which be as it may. Got it! Another first down. Let's go. Romo, well, I'm still jealous from Jessica Simpson back then, so. But anyway, I've been skipping 4 points here. I want to get back on track here. If you guys didn't hear the biggest news probably of the night for us, I'll get back to that in a sec, Matt. She's trying to get me off target again here. If you guys didn't hear, Thursday's episode of Impact was the last for TNA for the Inspiration, who lost the tag titles, the women's tag titles. I'm going to be God honest. I know a lot of people are saying, well, they should go to WWE easily, right? Like, bring back the Iconics. I think they might end up in AEW, as they're friends with Harley Cameron a lot. The front half of that match was fine. The back half of that match was simply...
What the hell is that?
Nats, if you watched WWE basically at the end of the pandemic and before, the Iconics. I believe it was Damn! Hartman should have had that ball. You're strictly AEW. That's fair. Even before then, they like I know Peyton Royce is a local girl for us. She was trained here at with Lance Storm and that. So, and she did some of her early work here in Western Canada, most notably in BC. Yeah, Peyton's team. Yeah, they're basically using their real names. Well, Cassie Lee and Jessica McKay is their new names, and they're now known as the Inspiration rather than the Iconics. Yes! No! No! They took a... They're calling that a pick? Let's go the booth replay. Ty goes to the runner. No. This going backwards the other way. They're going to have to contact that. I don't even think down by contact. Actually, yeah, that would be down by contact. This is going to be a call. This is going to be... Is it not on till 8th? No. This is overtime right now. Hard hittings. And we'll be flipping back over to... Oh, no, wait, hold on. Replay's coming. I don't want to say die hard, but I am a pretty big one here, so... All right, this is going to be a huge call. Oh, Buffalo's just called a timeout just so they can use... Could you imagine them overturning this call right now? What are they starting with over on Collision tonight? Elidolo and Angelico. Do I like the new stadium? I'll make more of a judgment about it when it comes up, like when it's finally released. So I got the football game in picture here. I'm watching Angelico and Andrade El Idolo, which I find it funny that Andrade's trying... Oh, here we go. Football's back on. Andrade is trying to play up to the crowd, yet he's supposed to be one of the biggest heels around. But yeah, we'll be... Basically, I got the picture. No, everything's handled from the booth, right? What McVay did, or what Coach did there, was just take a little extra time so that maybe they could reconsider it. Now, if we could get a 3-and-out out of this would... Like, the defense keeps being asked to bend but not break. Oh, damn, it's over. So you don't hear Romo and Jim Nantz? They can't bend now, yeah. That missed tackle cost us the game, folks. I think that's just straight up what's going to be happening here. And Andrade just looks ready. Like, he looks great. Oh, no, I hear them. I don't listen to them. I tune them out a lot. No flag because he actually tried to get that ball. Oh, and Angelico trying to get out of that hammerlock DDT, but I don't think it's going to last long. God, what a shot. Andrade looks phenomenal, doesn't he? Yeah, Bill San Francisco. I don't know. We'll see. So Buffalo's taking another timeout. Jesus. Seattle's D's tough. Well, you also got to remember Andrade picks up the win. You also got to remember Sam Darnold hasn't been throwing all week. So it might be Drew Lock versus the 49ers tonight. Could you imagine? All right, let's see what promo's going on right now. Oh my God, they got a Rascals promo. Let's go. They hotbox himself. That's great. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh, now they give the flag. All right, now it's over. Now it's over. Well, they didn't want to call one last one. Now they're going to call this one. Now it's over. They're going to kick on third down, and that'll be the end of it. And Adam Blank will be the happiest man on the planet. All right, Rascals, nice little promo to start off. Had a great day from 10 to 2. It was an event at the rec center with food and basketball awareness stops violence. Nice. Raise 20K. That's cool. Even Josh knows. Unless there's a fumble here somewhere. Fumble, sack. There's a sack. Oh, boy. Also an auction. All right, we're going to get GYV versus Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. This is going to be Ortiz's first match on TV, and hell, this has got to be, what, 2 years? Another fucking flag. Yeah, it's over. Do I even want to watch at this point? Ball was there. Yeah, this one's over. Barring a miracle, this game's over. I will watch the kick just because. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Did the Bills fire the coach? I don't think so. Oh, White's tossed. So the only thing you can do is either block it or... It's an old school convert. Even Josh knows. You know what? In all honesty, Nats, in a way, putting a kick even closer to the goalpost is actually harder for some kickers. But the problem with that is it's usually if it's on an angle. If it's straight up, other than that, yeah, no. Yep, that's it. Again. All right, we're back over to Collision real quick here. Thanks, everybody, for putting up with my misery here. You can't win them all. You hate them. You hate the rest. If, you know, you can't go from let them play to you can't do that. Just, you know what? It's such a hairline between the top and the bottom. You can't really... Every single call is so precise there, and it means so much to everybody. The one thing I will say is I'm very happy for the fact that my streaming schedule is going to be a little easier now. Because I'll be honest, if the Bills would have won that game, I would have booked next Sunday off. We would have been watching it together. But now all I honestly hope, anyone but the Patriots. Let's just... Anyone but the Patriots, as far as I'm concerned right now. I'll even take Chicago winning, even if I have to listen to Seth Rollins gloat about it for the next 8 months. But anyway, shipping directions here. So I have to ask you, chat, if San Fran loses tonight, football's over? Fair enough. I think I'm at the point where football's pretty much done for me as well. Which hopefully means tomorrow night we'll stream a little Fortnite finally. It's been forever. We've been, honestly, we've been a little tied up, so. Like, with as busy as work's been, I've just haven't had a chance to get on here, but. Have I tried Arc Raiders yet? No, I haven't. I don't know if I feel like spending the money on it right now. Plus, also, that's a game where I have to wear the damn headset. And I just, I'd be too busy trolling everybody instead of actually, playing the game like I'm supposed to be. And from what I've heard, and the one good thing I've heard about that game is if early on you end up being one of those dicks that goes around and shoots everybody instead of actually, playing the game properly, they actually put you in servers where most of the dicks are. So that's what I'll be honest. I might get into it eventually, but we got so many games coming up this early part of the year. I really want to save my money for them because if you haven't heard, WWE 2K26, the rumored start for that is supposed to be, I believe the actual date is March 6th for digital pre-release and March 10th for the full game. that quietly got leaked out. And you also got to remember MLB The Show is going to be out probably around the same time as well. So two big purchases for me on this in the same part of the month there. It's going to be a little cool. First extraction shooter, fine. If I've played a few, like the Rainbow Six extraction shooters, so I might get into Arc Raiders, but it'll probably, knowing me, I'll probably get into it after it's no longer cool to do so. Sorry, I was going for the ultimate jinx too. I picked up an orange Slurpee. An orange Slurpee is supposed to mean the orange teams are supposed to lose, right? Anyway. 10 million players, yeah. It's something that's caught in the world by storm, and I'm really... like, there are a lot of games that have really picked up in that, and just... The other thing for me right now is, like I've said, I've missed the last few Sundays because of work, so... the Sunday Monday stream normally that I haven't been able to do the community nights properly because, well, by the time you get home, you're nearly ready to pass out. So, and this year I've learned I'm taking care of myself a little bit more. So, but yeah, just switching a little gears here tonight. And I mean, Gears of War kind of thing. 700 days for Ortiz. What is that? 365, 730. So that's almost 2 years. It's amazing how they don't want to mention his tag partner, right? That wasn't exactly one of the best going aways for each other there too. So good on Santana for winning the title, by the way. And for any of you guys picking up the TNA pay-per-view tonight, Genesis, all the power to you. I wonder how much of that card actually gets changed because of the visa issues and whatnot as well. So, like Joe Henry got put on the card because Leon Slater's in Europe, and you know what? I want to give full credit to this crowd right now. Like, they were a little out of it on Wednesday at certain times. But you got to remember, this is like the third hour that they're there watching this show. Because if you guys didn't know, this was filmed on Wednesday. And also the sound in a kind of theater like this is a little off. Because when you're doing auditoriums like this, the sound's meant to be in the back end. Like, basically, the sound's meant to be generated right from where they are to the crowd instead of the other way around. That's why it's extra hard to mic a situation like this. I do find it interesting and a little funny, too, that the hard cam is literally against the stage. Beautiful STO there. Delayed sky high. Why would you call that a mistake by Ortiz? He delayed it. He went down for the cover, but are they trying to go for a bulldog? I like the fact that the GYV are getting a little bit more of a shot here on TV. Oh, God. Kingston pulling the straps? That's not good. You're not supposed to call it a diversion. He was trying to choke him out. What the hell are you talking about, diversion? Oh, I guess they call that the ticket to ride? Now Ortiz is finally waking up outside. Ortiz, you might want to worry about your partner inside the ring. Oh, they're actually doing a 3. Oh, geez. It's one thing it's one of my bigger, questions when it comes to wrestling. Some matches they'll do the 3, some they'll do the 1. I guess it depends on the referee and how awake they think everybody is, and just unloading those shots there. Jeez. I guess I forgot to send this out. Of course they're going to cheat to win. Ortiz, why are you hanging on to the evidence? Jesus, Ortiz, you do it real. Oy. Sorry, I'm watching clips of all this stuff for So when is Stack gonna put her title up? Harley's like, holy crap, that's a lot you've spit out there. No pun intended, right? So they're actually showing why Jet Speed and Page get this shot. I think we all sort of know the reason for this shot tonight, but as we hit the commercial break here, now the adrenaline starts to wear out here. Man, it sucks being a football fan sometimes, especially for people that don't know. And it's commercial break, so we'll get back into wrestling here in a second. I have been a Buffalo Bills fan since 1992. The first game I ever watched of NFL was the Giants versus the Bills in the Super Bowl. Now, as a young kid. For anybody that doesn't know the significance of that game, everybody in Buffalo knows because it's affectionately known to many people as wide right. That was the wide right game. I felt bad for the Bills, and I've been a Bills fan ever since. So it's a little painful right now to watch this happen year after year after year. But until they fix the defense, no matter what Josh Allen does, it's not going to help. And it makes you wonder what's going to happen. Now that they got a new stadium coming in, the fan base is what it is. I do think the Bills are going to have a shot next year. They always are going to have a shot as long as Josh Allen's around. But it's the Connor McDavid syndrome, right? Like you can do as much as you want when you're Josh Allen, but you do eventually need some help from some other people. So I think that's where the offseason is basically going to be set up as. They need to get something going. Do I think they fire McDermott? I don't know. It depends who you think is going to be available. And that's one thing a lot of people forget about coaching. Like, you can fire a coach all you want, but if there's nobody better to replace him, why do you do it? Just for the sake of firing a coach? Those are teams that are honestly always in mediocrity, are the ones that fire every single time, even though they don't have anybody that's honestly there to replace them. So, same reason like you could talk in wrestling here about, why do they keep certain people around? Why do they always have these certain people on TV? Do they think that there's somebody better to fit that spot? Do they? Yes, you do have a lot of people, and that's great, but if they don't think they can fill that spot with that person, do you think they're going to worry about it? That's why you get a guy like a Miz to last as long as he did. As soon as you hear Stokely, everybody just dies. It's interesting, Dax got rid of his socials this week, so. Incoming rant. It's going to be weird because this is a point where now we're setting up for a heel-heel match with Doyle and Davis taking on FTR for the tag titles. If you weren't around on Wednesday, Doyle and Davis ended up winning that four-way, right? Refs just allowed Seattle to call timeout after the play started. Doesn't surprise me. Especially after that big kickoff touchdown. By the way, I forgot I have this. I'll throw this up for you guys so you don't have to miss it all the time here. Why does Cash look like Jim Neidhart if he wasn't on roids? With those shades on and that beard starting to form the way it is. Oh, God. Here we go. Sports Illustrated. Honestly, when it comes to all these rankings, when it comes to FTR being the top tag team, in terms of full year, I don't think there's been anybody that's been featured that's been worthwhile at this point. Oh, here we go. They're already going up about the conspiracy theories about Brandon Cook's catch and interception and all that, so. Even Nigel's laughing at this right now. We have hair. I don't think it's the great. I don't think Davis and O'Doyle are the greatest thing in all time. I think Davis and O'Doyle are just good enough to beat the greatest tag team of all time on a given day. And if I can believe that, that is the extra bonus you get as you go through this. Uh-huh. I think there's one other team that sort of did that, but we're not going to bring out the Bucks right now, are we? The slums of Does North Carolina have slums? I legitimately wonder about that. I thought they were just tumbleweeds. I think next Saturday is when we're going to get that title shot, to be honest. It's either going to be next Saturday or the 31st, their last day in Arlington. Because after this week, they go back to Arlington for 2 more weeks. No, we don't. Honest, we don't. I want to see Davis and Doyle just come out here and run these two off the stage. Ooh. I forgot that they actually put this trio together on Ring of Honor. the Baby Bowser boys with Lacey Lane. That actually isn't the worst pick in the world. Oh, God, those outfits. I swear to God, I will call them the Baby Bowser boys forever at this point. Yeah, this is the time where Zeta Steel comes to die. Great to get your debut match on Collision tonight. And Zeta Steel is one of these blue chip prospects that everybody was looking to bring in. And got a little bit of work in Ring of Honor. Now she's up on Collision here. But yeah, she's taking on Marina Shafir. Anytime I'd see Marina Shafir on my contract to sign, there is just 3 simple words I'm using.
Sir, no, sir!
There's no, we're not playing that one, okay? I value my life a little bit more than that. Moxley couldn't get the handshake down the first time. Got to do it a second time. Like, honestly, Marina's at a point now where she could actually turn into a face a little bit. Like, realistically, everybody just loves cheering for someone like that, who just is a complete badass. And now, especially with what Moxley's doing with his character. Ew. Ew. She stuck her sock in her face, chat. She stuck her sock in her face. And Zodiac wasn't even here to, sniff it. That was, if you heard the ding there, that was just Mr. Blank receiving his congratulations from me here. So I'm not a poor loser. I'm a crabby loser. There's a difference one. There's different feelings to that one, okay? Oh! I guess Zeta's doing some smart moves here. And I don't really mind the crowd being a little quiet on this because a lot of them don't know who Zeta is. It's up to Zeta to actually show off a little bit. And that's the difference. Like, we were talking about the difference between an internet crowd and a live crowd. When you're dealing with a live crowd, there's a lot of people that don't know. Moxley just talking shit right now, and I love every second of it. As we go into commercial here. When you're dealing with a live crowd, like I said before, I want to start getting into some videos, and I might actually do one on this one. When you're dealing with a live crowd, they're not necessarily knowing about every little detail when it comes to wrestling compared to people that are watching at home. Like, I know we keep things rather relaxed here, and we don't like to overdo details. And basically, if we're not interested in something going on, we're going to talk about something else. Like, let's not even kid ourselves here. If if you find a match boring, we might talk about another match, another wrestler, other things going on in the world. It isn't like we're short on stories here, but for the most part, when you're watching at home, you are really judging a show more and more because you're watching every last second of it. When you're in a live show, you might be watching a bunch of the show, but you're also talking to your buddies. You're going to get merch. You're going to get snacks. You're taking in the ambiance of the event. So if the wrestling isn't exactly up to par to what you need it to be, there is a very high possibility that you can just walk away off that, right? So you just turn your head, you're talking to your buddies about what you're going to do after the show, or just talking about literally anything else. It's not the worst thing in the world. So quite often what I find, and this is something where you've heard comments from Matt Hardy, you've heard comments from other old school wrestlers. They don't worry about the IWC as much as we like to think they do. The biggest priority right now is to make sure the people that have paid money for their shows are happy. And of course, AMC came out on Thursday and said that they were happy with the show based on what it did. They do think every show needs improvements, but it did what it needed to do. Then they're also worried about the paying crowd because they're the ones that actually you get extra money. Live crowds are basically bonus money for a lot of these TV promotions. And the more bonus money you can get. Is there anything else you need to say about that? So honestly, like when it comes to like all the comments online about how crappy the show was, unless they actually see the numbers go down after this first week, and I honestly do think that'll happen, but oh, go Moxley right now. Sorry, I'm just getting back in this commentary here. Everything that happens to Marina Moxley, yeah, that's going to piss her off. Oh, yeah, that's going to piss her off, too. What the fuck did Mox just say? Mox literally just said, I am a master of dealing with unreasonable women. Renee, somebody clip that comment and send it to Renee here at this point. Oh yeah, she's done. This crowd is eating her up right now. They're not even waiting for the music. Literally, Fletcher's flying out here. Fletcher is absolutely pissed right now, and I wonder how things are going to work out here. Oh, and here comes Callis on. Oh, God. We got Callis and Moxley together on commentary. This might be a little bit crazy. I love how Nigel's starting to stir the pot just nicely. Monday morning quarterbacking. This Moxley Callis bit, I hope a lot of people are watching this. And Fletcher's like, well, what's going on here? Like, no, we're not allowed to start until Callis and Moxley are done. They're yapping. Fletcher's posing. Callis is crapping his pants. Hey, Callis pieced out. Oh, and here comes Moxley. All right, here we go. Start of the feud. Start of the feud. Archer and... Okay. And I don't know if the rest of the Death Riders are around or not. Never mind. I was stand corrected. Here comes Garcia and Yuta. All right, we're gonna have a line brawl start. That's always good. Let's get into the line brawl here. Oh, Claudio and Archer. My God, would that be fun? Claudio and Fletcher, Claudio and Alexander. This might be the night where we actually get the face turn, folks. Yeah, I don't think we're getting that trios match tonight. All right, well, we're going to have like a 12-on-12 fight here or what? Well, that's one way to call Maximum Carnage what it is. But once again, folks, as we get into the hour, almost the hour mark here, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being here tonight. I know we started a little bit off on football and got a little bit off track here a little bit to start, but honestly, AEW wrestling is always a fun time, and I'm glad that all of you are here to share it with me here. And yet we still have what we have. Penelope Ford returning to action with Megan Bayne. We also have the main event, which is going to be the trios match. The Ops against Jet Speed and Hangman. Trying to remember exactly what else we got on the lineup tonight. And isn't so McGee, here's the funny part. The contract ran out at midnight on Wednesday. So this was filmed on Wednesday. Sorry, I'm going through all the oh my. I'm trying to get to the schedule here, and so yeah, the contract was up at the end of Wednesday night. Come on, where are you? So technically, they got the match done before his contract ran out. Here we go. What do we got left here? We got this trios match. Oh, we got Perry and Bowens tonight. All right. Jack Perry versus Anthony Bowens. Winner gets a shot at Ricochet. So, but yeah, Hobbs' contract ran out Wednesday night. They filmed this Wednesday right before his contract expired. So that's why this show is in Phoenix and not in Arlington. The next 2 weeks are live. This is a tape show. So there is talk that Hobbs is headed to WWE, which if he does, I hope he goes to main roster. I don't think you want another. I don't think you want to see another Obafemi in NXT. We already had one. We just had one leave. I also want to see what WWE does with the big black and Jack shirts they used to have. Maybe he's a replacement? But do you want that same replacement over and over again, like Cookie Cutter? Yes, I understand you're gonna throw out the WWE isms on that, but honestly, I just hope he does well. Like, that is the WWE way. I'll give you a coin on that. And honestly, to be like, it wrecks a lot of things if you don't. It wrecks a lot of momentum that you could have by bringing in a Big Willie Hobbs. But the one thing you're going to have to watch, and this is one of those things I'm expecting in 2026, watching all the movement. Like, you see all these indie talents being signed up lately. You're also seeing a lot of people out of their contracts. We saw a promo from the Rascals tonight. If he's happy he's getting paid, good for him. I'll never see him wrestle there. I tried to watch a few times recently. The product's crap. Fair enough. Like I said, I'll never tell somebody they have to watch X or Y product. Myself personally, like, there's different ways to watch a show. Like, I know for Americans, one good thing that was really happening for a while there is they had a 90-minute Hulu edition of Raw, where basically it got rid of a lot of the filler in between. I'm gonna find it funny how Omega wipes the floor with Alexander, and then they're probably gonna line up El Idolo for that, right? Like you have to go back to that segment that just turned into absolute crap there because of the contract thing, right? So Fletcher trying to do the heel thing and Clone's not helping. So Fletcher basically was working on his own. And Fletcher just randomly shows up in the ring for the hell of it. Callis has a Mexican compound. I never knew jail was known as a compound. Or maybe that compound's Preparation H. The only thing I think Callis knows how to compound his problems. Sorry, I'm just on a roll here. The bitterness gets to me all the time here. Wow, McGee, I'm sorry that you're getting a little bitterized about the football game here. This one too. Just seeing the score right now on the screen, I'm like, ew. Let's hope the 49ers get some points going into halftime. Because that is just, ew. I guess once Kittle went out, it pretty much ruined everything, you know. Bailey ends up crying for about 3 days because Kittle's out, and yeah, just okay, it's gone to half. Second quarter, never mind. Yeah. Good luck to the 49ers. Hopefully they can catch up. Sort of glad that I'm streaming Collision tonight now. Getting away from the footy a little bit. But, no, how long do you think it takes for Fletcher to need to score soon, get the momentum? Absolutely. How long do you think it takes for Fletcher to leave the Don Callis family? That's the question I have right now for everybody in the chat. When it comes to the Don Callis family, do you pop them out? Do you pop them out quick, or do you let this slow burn? It still. TK is always known for his slow burns. Like he is, without a doubt, one of the. He knows his slow burning. That's the polite way of putting it, right? So. But also, do you need to start scoring up some faces here now that you got a few tied up in the main title scene right now? You got Hangman and Hangman, Swerve, Kenny Omega, all going after MJF. You might see the end of the Ops tonight. I don't know how that's going to work out. Hell, for all we know, the Ops retain and just, Hook takes over the title. If I was Hangman, I would have waited for Hobbs or for Hook to take the title just so he can get his hands on him once again. But yeah, just looking at everything going forward here, like there is so much positive going on for every promotion. You know what? As much as you want to lambaste what happened on Thursday with TNA, and don't worry, I'm going to be in the front of that line for that because, well, let's face it, that show was crap in many ways to TV viewers. Now Alexander going for that ankle lock. Like, honestly, the rosters that everybody's gotten and the opportunities for all the wrestlers. That's the other thing. Like, for everybody that gets signed on to a bigger promotion, yes, you're going to lose some people into other promotions, but also oh, interesting. Sorry, Blue Sky just announced that they have a new feature now where you can actually announce that you're live on Twitch right on Blue Sky. So I have that little icon like you do on Twitter when you're live on X there. But no, like, and you're seeing an example with like Jordan Oliver, Alec Price, and a lot of the other females that are being picked. Zeta Steele is another one recently. Just the top independent talents getting picked up by the big promotions. And then with that being said, like, you got the Rascals who end up moving from TNA to AEW. That means that there's another spot at TNA to get filled. Assuming they do more than 3 matches in a night. Oh, and I want to talk about the other big news that we got coming down. If you watched Ring of Honor in 2 days, and this is where we were talking about how Ring of Honor is really getting a big spotlight here. On Thursday, it was announced during the Ring of Honor show that Metroplex Wrestling, the all-women's promotion run by Athena, is doing a Global Wars event with Ring of Honor. And that's going to be That's going to be early March. Darius in the ring, that usually means pinfall coming soon. And then the other big announcement, and I know McGee, you're a big fan of this one, that in early April, it's going to be Global Wars and Maple Leaf Wrestling teaming up for a show. So like stars from Maple Leaf Wrestling taking on stars from Ring of Honor. So yeah, they did drop that. So and if you're not familiar, the Maple Leaf World Champion right now is Josh Alexander, who's in this match right now. So yeah, Ring of Honor is getting a lot more exposure with a lot of these shows. It makes me think that there may be some deal. Oh, God. And Clone hurt himself. And Clone injures himself. All great. Nice half and half into Alexander. Yeah, this is going to be done. They wanted to get Alexander the pin here to get him ready for Omega on Wednesday. So, yeah, this is a tap coming to happen. Nope, they got out of it. Just want to see if I can get the exact details on that Maple Leaf show. Darius going to eat that C4, isn't he? Yep. C4 spike, all out of the way. We're done there. So, yeah, McGee, and for anybody watching, if you're interested, it's Friday, March 27th and Saturday, March 28th. The Global Wars show is on the Friday, the 27th, while MLP Uprising is going to be on the 28th, and that's both from St. Clair College in Windsor. So, it's been a while since he's been here. Takeshita making his return. Is this the one that we get the flip right now? Because Takeshita looks not even close to impressed. There we go. Proto Sheeta shaking hands, kissing babies, making things good. Oh, and then he goes with El Clone. Walks right by Callis. Proto Sheeta needs to be back together again. Let's get them as a tag. My God, that was a hell of a freaking match down there. Really? My main man from the Mexican. All right, we're getting Clone and... All right. Clone and Briscoe. Lexi's like, what the hell? I don't blame her one little bit right now. Hey, the Niners got on the board. They're slowly working our way up. But no, it's so interesting that we're always... Oh my. I think social media might not be the best spot for me tonight. My feed is nothing but Bills fans complaining about what happened. As much as you want to complain, it ain't going to change a thing. No. Well, you know more so than anything else, right? So, you know what? It happened. We might as well move on. No, I've been not bad about socials, but just, dealing with a lot of stupidity is a way of life. Hell, I got half canceled yesterday over something I said, so which I managed to get myself out of it, and everybody I talked to appreciate what I had to say, at least, I hope. If I know next time I pop on a stream with someone else here, so. But no, like, it's so funny because for those that don't know, my moniker is Mike the Ref. I was actually a referee for 25 years. And I could see where everybody's coming from and all their complaints, all their concerns, all their worries, all their qualms about everything coming on. But it's just like, as a referee, now you're going to have to listen to that for the next 8, 10, 12 years, knowing some of these fans. But the only way that this is ever going to stop is the fact that the Bills just have to win. Okay, one thing I always said as a coach, and this is something I told my teams when we used to end up losing a whole lot of close games. We'd either win close or lose close. And anytime we won close, I would literally turn to the team and say, as far as I'm concerned, we lost. And they're like, well, what do you mean we won? They're like, no, if you don't win by 10, you won because of the referees. You take the game out of the referees' hands and you make sure that they can't affect the game. And if you can't do that, oh shit, they're showing the highlights from last night. Limitless Pro Wrestling, MJF. So they didn't want to show the signing, but they definitely did show the video. Oh, here we go. Penelope dropping the... Oh, she pulled a Seth Rollins. Oh my God, Megan and Penelope at Pyro. This will get interesting. We got a Viva Van match, so I understand it's an already in the ring match, but it's still great when you have the opportunity to have these other wrestlers get their opportunity to trying to remember where Danielle Kamela came from. Was she in NXT? Oh, God. I don't know where she went, but I know where she's going. She's going straight to the mat there. You're not even going to get through the eye. Oh, my God. You're not even going to be able to get through the eye drink commercial. The fact they're whipped. Oh, God. Marina's in the corner. This is not good. Well, I guess, McG, you're actually a little happy about this because you're your stablemate in Backbreaker Pro is doing a hell of a job here right now. If you didn't get a chance to watch earlier, it's Marina Shafir and Megan Bain that have joined up with Hoju, Madman Goldman, and Chris Zodiac as part of the faction. Oh, God. Is Megan even going to let her in? Well, yeah, exactly. Danielle looked like she was about ready to be decapitated there. Uh-oh. Tony's coming out with Mina. Well, I guess they're in Phoenix. I guess they can wear swimwear at this point, so. Somebody gonna tell Tony that Phoenix starts the PH? Okay, what are we doing here? Oh, shit. She is doing everything in her world not to smile right now. By the way, we got some breaking news here about the last football game. Didn't they have that match last week? And Penelope's just being walked over to the side on this one.
What the hell is that?
I don't know if there's any other better way to say that. So the last play of overtime, Denver quarterback Bo Nix just broke his ankle. Fractured a bone in his ankle. So he will no longer be in the playoffs. So yeah, Denver's done. So now it's up to Houston. Can you imagine the feeling right now? Yeah, it just breaking news. Nick's out for season. Broncos quarterback fractured bone and ankle at end of OT win over Bills. Nats, to be fair, this was on that last play. Remember when they moved to the center and we got that penalty for the one about throwing the helmet. That's when he got injured. He was injured at the time that they had that going on, so. He didn't get tossed, unfortunately. It was just a 15. It was a 3-yard call because they were on the 6-yard line. 3-yard penalty. I wonder, could it be that they actually lied about that? Oh my God, we get Ricochet on commentary again. So Ricochet actually he tore the house down last night on CMLL. Like from what I read, apparently, yeah, that Shivani doesn't get his hand shook. What are we talking about here? He finally acknowledges Tony 10 minutes later. So I wonder what we get. Who do you got in this one? Jack Perry or Anthony Bowens? Like, I'm thinking, by the way, that Maple Leaf Pro show, it wouldn't surprise me if Ricochet was a part of it. But you could tell they're no longer in England because he's allowed to bring his knife. Oh my God. I love the fact that Tony brings up last week and sounds like something I would do. Ooh, he called him a B word. More pyro! More pyro! Everybody gets extra pyro tonight. It is Maximum Carnage, of course. I love how everybody... I love Nigel and Ricochet just feeding off each other right now. Sportsmanship! Let's go. We give him a... So now we get Megan and Penelope against the Timeless Love Bombs. That had nothing to do with that promo because Marina was a whole part of that. Tony really trying to sell this right now about the retribution angle on that. It's so hard for people to try to, like, when you know what the story is really behind it, the fact that you're willing to, you're trying to spin it the best you can when you have something come up like this. And it truly is it is a rough situation for a lot of people. Perry's like a 1996 teacher. Can you actually do that to me? All right, these guys are actually having a pretty decent match here all the way across here, but ooh. Ooh, he's offering the scissor. Oh, now he's biting the scissors. Damn it. At least he's not using... You know what? It might almost be apropos if Bowens had the Okada treatment from him. And, of course, Bowens has to remind Ricochet that he is number one. Ace Austin cut his hair? No, I haven't seen that yet. I would think that'd be a bit of his identity, but maybe he just wanted to change, right? A lot of people like to do that, right? So, oh, the other ace. Never mind. Tanahashi. Yeah, I did see that. Well, and once again, it's something to change yourself up, right? Like, most of the feedback we've been getting from Tanahashi about... I thought you were talking about Ace Austin. My apologies. But no, Tanahashi cutting his hair sort of is apropos. He really wants to get his life changed from where he was to where he is. And transitioning out of a position that you've been in for so long, just... Sometimes you got to do stuff like that. Like... It's so funny because I've sort of had to do that twice to my... Everybody goes through change in their life. Absolutely. Everybody, whether you're changing jobs, whether you're changing locations, whether you're changing buildings that you're habitating in, we all go through change. We all go through changes differently, right? And yeah, Triple H, for example, cut his hair when he went to the front office. And he originally had the, instead of having the long mane, he went for the buzz cut. He was probably also balding, but that's beside the point. But, yeah, no, myself, like when I went away from refereeing and got pretty much into complete, like getting into wrestling coverage straight up and doing all my video work and that, you have to do a bit of a change in sort of what your persona character is in a way. And for me, it was getting the golf shirts, getting the... Hey, Zodiac, how you doing? I don't know if you've seen... But the thing that pisses me off most about this is the fact that Bo Nix is now out of the playoffs. because he broke his ankle on that last play before the field goal. So now it's on the Houston Texans. Simply put, Houston needs to win to get to the Super Bowl. We're all counting on them because, whoever's backing up Bo Nix ain't going to do nothing. And we all don't want Drake May. Or Drake May as the in there, so. You don't mind Drake May now? It's fair enough. Josh Allen can't blame Mahomes. He can blame his defense, can blame fifth string receivers. He can put a little bit of blame on himself this time, and I really do wonder how injured he was going into this. Because there are a lot of... and I do wonder about his... there's no excuse. They won. You hate the Pats? Yeah, well... Drake May is not a bad guy. I hate Vrabel. Straight up. Vrabel's a prick. He's like Bill Belichick personified. But going quickly into it, and I know we got a great match going on here right now. But when you watch a lot of these throws that Allen had that were sailing a little high from where they normally were, if they're sailing a little bit high, that means he can't plant properly on his foot and the angle is just a little off in a way, in some ways. And he has had ankle problems. So I really wonder... Wait, Vrabel smashing a 20-year-old? No, he ain't that far, but he just, frankly, just a miserable prick, and I just can't stand him, so. But yeah, I'll be honest, my watching the NFL might come to an end after that, so for the rest of the year, I'm not really worried about it. I was going to sidecast if the Bills won this week for next week. But someone can get a QB ready for next week on short notice for Sean Payton? Absolutely. Sean's going to have him prepared. That's not even a question here. And if it ends up being New England or Houston, they're going to get their best shot. But it will be a defensive game. It will not be an offensive explosion, I feel, at least. Well, the one thing you got to remember about this game, going into this game, Denver had the second best run defense in the league, and the Bills simply torched them all over the place. If they could hang on to the damn ball, and if the referees would count a catch as a catch, which, whatever, it's all in the past now. That was a hell of a clothesline right there by Bowens. Knee right to the face. The Busaiku knee. And Perry's going to be taking on Ricochet again. Not my worst choice in the world. I'll take it. No matter what. That's a... Now does Bowens go heel here? Even Shivani's getting up because he knows something stupid's going to happen. For as long as he's been around, he knows something stupid's going to happen. Are we going to follow this backstage, or are we just going to cut the break? You know there's been a few rewrites when all these... Have you noticed tonight that all the mid-sections in between the matches have all been pre-tapes? Like, you can hear no crowd in behind you or anything. So, but they're going to be talking over this right now. And this will be a fun trios match regardless. I do find it weird, though, that now that if we end up getting a title change, which I honestly don't know either way. I do know the contract's up at midnight for Hobbs. That's something we've talked about already. But as we hit the commercial break here, as we it's weird that they're trying to push Kevin Knight in a singles run at the same time that he's a trios champ, if he ends up being one. That's why I question, doubt a little bit all over the place, whichever. But as we are getting into our last break of the night before our main event, do want to give you guys a bit of a rundown about what's going to be going on. We'll get to that. We got lots of time to talk about that Zodiac, but we'll give you a rundown of what's coming up in the next week here. Well, since the Bills are out, I'm probably going to end up playing Fortnite tomorrow instead of watching the Pats and the Texans. So join me for that. It'll either be tomorrow. I'm not going to be streaming Monday. I want to check out Indiana, see if they can take out the U so Don Callis can shut up. Stream on Wednesday will be, of course, AEW Dynamite, and then episode 3 of our Backbreaker Pro Wrestling is gonna feature. Let me just forgive me, chat. I will get the two. I'll actually tell you the card right now, just to break it down. Is it put up on my screen? Okay, for matches in the main draw for the tournament, we are going to get Hoju versus Zodiac. We're getting Marina Shafir against Ophelia Payne. And Attention Spandex taking on PJC, which are all 3 first-round matches in the tournament to determine our first Backbreaker Pro champion. Hey, Bray, how you doing tonight? And then also for the wild card title. So we're going to have 5 matches total on Wednesday. Mellow Beast is going to be taking on Nick Ontario. Fanboy Brian is going to be taking on Madman Goldman. Which that'll be the card for next week. It's all going to be singles matches. The wild card format, once again, every match in the wild card tournament will be a literal spin of the wheel, since we do have a wheel option here on Meld. So make sure you stop by for that. Thursday, we're going to be here with the Xbox Direct. And then after that, I think we might end up playing a little Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, because the new update's coming out on... we're either going to do that or 2XKO, because the updates are coming up next week. But as always, folks, whether you watch on YouTube or you watch on Twitch, I truly do appreciate you. Make sure you hit the follows, the likes, the subscribes, all that great jazz. Yep, we know, Bray. Thank you for popping in here. We actually got a few matches announced for Wednesday now. Who are the Death Riders? Bums who lost the Derby. Next. By the way, if you didn't see it earlier, it looks like we are going to get the Death Riders versus Callis family rundown. Heel versus heel. We got a lot of heel versus heel going on right now. This might be a full-fledged... Oh my God, Claudio just crossed himself. Somebody's dying. We got a lot of heel versus heel because we also have Davis and Doyle versus FTR. And with Moxley basically turning face... We ain't quite on the road yet, Sir Bray. We still got to get through tonight yet. That'll be next week. This is their highlighted TV feature for this week, or for this month. Maximum Carnage. Next month will be the aforementioned Grand Slam Australia. And then March, we finally get back into the pay-per-view scene with Revolution. Yep. Yep, we've been talking about it for a while here. It's still a ways away yet, so. Oh, he's... I haven't done one of these yet, so just forgive me if I... Let me, I got to set Sag up here, chat, sorry. Sorry, somebody actually offered to collaborate tonight, and it just didn't work for the knock. So I'll have to fix up my guest star here for next time. Vic might pop in here to say hello right away here, but... my bad. Sorry. Mercedes TBS... It's all about a good story there, Bray. But yeah, let's back this up here a little bit here. Yeah, we were Zodiac. We were talking earlier tonight about Hobbs and the possibility of him, like what's going to happen to him here if he is going to go to WWE. My belief, he's actually going to go to the main roster. He's going to debut in the Rumble. To me, that's where I think he shows up. He's 34. Outside of injuries, he's got a presence to him. And I think for all the minuses that that TK's been biting, I don't know if they'll partner him with a New Day and call him Big H. As Vic's trying to hook us up again here, but he's playing Brawlhalla right now. He's got to know that I'm doing solo tonight. Oh, he's watching Genesis. Okay. He could thrive. I said it before and I stand by. He's a good fit, but he doesn't fit the profile of success. Yeah, we were talking about that. But you got to admit, oh shit, here we go. So, the B team for the Death Riders taking on the B team for the Don Callis family. That makes sense. So at least we're getting warfare the proper way here. But no, I want to give credit to TK right here. Because realistically, if Hobbs was going to be going... If Hobbs is gone at the end of this match, at least he's letting him have a main event. Like he did this with Hobbs, he did it with Mariah May. He's not scared to do that. Well, I'm going to talk to Vic. I do send my apologies if Vic's watching right now. I do have to apologize. I didn't get a chance to hook up. I didn't know I was going to be doing a collab, so I didn't have anything set up properly. Oh. $24-6. With all due respect, we aren't going to have the scoreboard on during the WWE tonight, so. But no, there's a possibility that Hobbs gets a great push. There's a possibility that he absolutely gets crapped. I think it's him wagering that they want to. Yeah, and it's so funny because that last promo that Tony Storm did towards Mariah May prior to the Hollywood ending? Is it not coming to real right now where she's basically... He won't get pushed? He'll get an initial surge, and that's the thing. And I think that happens with a lot of people. They get the initial surges. It's if you can carry them on as we're moving along here. Like basically it's like throwing something to the wall. If it sticks, you use it, right? And if it doesn't, spitballing is not the best way to book people, but he'll show up to Shame Nice Jericho and no one will care about Hobbs. Yeah, well. Yeah, that's probably... That would be very apropos for what's going on. I still don't know. Like, could you imagine? And I'm just spitballing this right now. I've used that term a lot. Can you imagine a world where Jericho doesn't show up? Could you imagine Jericho not showing up and Hobbs is number 30 when everybody thinks Jericho's number 30? Picture that. Picture that world. Folks, let me take you back to a time that everybody really enjoyed. The 2015 Royal Rumble match. Where everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to be the number 30 entrant going into the Rumble. Everybody wanted Daniel Bryan to be the one to win the Royal Rumble, to go on for the championship. Remember, Roman Reigns was the man who came out at number 30. Remember that the fans completely crapped on it. Got a feeling TNA's in a bit of... Here's the thing, and I sniff a bit of BS as we go along here. And I don't know if you were keeping track, Zodiac, but I got myself in a little bit of trouble talking about this online because I put two statements out and one got focused on instead of the other. Apparently the AMC execs, their official statement was they were impressed with the show. What the actual truth is could be all over the place. And my personal feeling is Delirious might not last. Might not last. And if you don't know who Delirious is, he is the head writer of TNA right now. My opinion, he's got to be the one to go. You're not going to fix the problems until you change the stories around. Jericho won't be 30, but he'll be at the Rumble. Brock will be number 30. No. I don't apologize for that part, Zodiac. And that's the part that we got into. What had happened, and I talked about it off the start of the show. I said that a bunch of people got flown into the show. Like a lot of content creators were flown into the show. And they had a good time, which I did not mind whatsoever. And I feel if you're at a live show, you're going to enjoy it more than you're going to be watching it here and freely able to criticize where your focus is going to be more on the show and less on the atmosphere. That's why I love doing sidecasts like this, because if we're talking about Jericho right now, even though this is a humdinger of a main event. The content creators actually went on their own dime down to Dallas. And lately, if you haven't seen, there's been a little bit of a brushback from everybody thinking that these content creators are on the pocket of X and Y promotion. I've been there. So I did apologize to a lot of them as they brought it up. I think, honestly, that's the mature thing to do, even though you're going to get raked off the coals. My God, do I love a snap slam from Samoa Joe. But yeah, I'm just mentioning that again, just as it happened before. I make sure I'm not doing that again. WWE fans would like Brock at 30. Well, here's the thing, and this is something that, like, it actually goes back to what I was saying about the show on Thursday. You're live. Something exciting happens, you cheer, you hoop, you do all that great stuff. If you're not expecting... The thing is, it's a pop moment that Jericho comes in. It's a pop moment if Brock comes in at 30. People are going to cheer whether it's a good thing, bad thing, or other thing. That's the reason it's called a pop. It's not called a full cheer. So that's how they did it. Willie goes out on his back. And the other two are... Okay. You know what? I don't mind that. That's actually a pretty cool finish right there. Hobbs put him over. He did he went out the right way, and he did business the way that people like business to be done here at this point. Terms go out good for Hobbs. Good worker. Doors open. It doesn't work. Everyone's acting perfect. Exactly. Do I expect this to be a very long title reign? No. May I be blunt? And I'm using that very tongue-in-cheek here right now. Oh, we're getting Swerve and Knight on Wednesday. He said he had that removed. No, I don't think so. I don't think they're getting a long run. And I think the Rascals are going to take the title from them. Could you imagine the Rascals winning it early? As a trio? To me, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Let those guys run and just let's see how many different combinations we have come after them. You also got to remember when they're doing this, they have, well, how long is it going to be for them to, they got to get through Swerve, they got to get through Omega. Like, we got 3 months of booking here. We got lots of time to get this title off Hangman too. For me, it makes a lot of sense doing that, but it just seems to be very convenient how they did it, and it ends up working well. And I like it. So, all in all tonight, like, yes, I do understand, and I apologize that I was a little bit off my kilter when it came to the Bills tonight, but I digress. Andrade El Idolo has a very solid opening against Angelico to open the show there. Marina Shafir, Zeta Steele. Zeta, we all knew Zeta was going to die there, but at least, you know, she got herself known. She got some moves in. She got some stuff in. Moxley putting things over. Folks, yeah, McDermott's going nuts over the INT in overtime. That should have been a catch to them. So, yeah, no, social media might not be safe for football fans for the next 24 hours. I digress, but I'll move on from there. But we're getting Jack Perry as a contender for Ricochet's title, which we might even do next Saturday. We'll see how things go. We had a very confusing promo where Tony Storm's calling out Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne. It ends up being Penelope and Megan versus the Timeless Love Bombs on Wednesday. All right. And, of course, our main event here with the change of the trios titles, which, yes, it was spoiled online on Wednesday. Of course it was going to be. But honestly, they did it the right way, and it did have a lot of goodness to it. So Hobbs goes out the right way. We get to see what's going to happen in the future here. There's nothing really... There are a lot of great storylines coming out of this. There's also a lot of questions, especially with like the Callis family versus the Death Riders now. Are we going that way? Are we doing a lot of heel stuff right now? They do have 2 months to experiment, right? They do have 2 months to experiment. Because the next pay-per-view is Revolution on March 15th. Yes, we do have Grand Slam Australia, but literally that is a Collision or a Dynamite, so we can... Well, actually, it'll be a Collision, sorry. And that's a Valentine's Day Collision, so you get to hang out with me on Valentine's Day. But yeah, folks, I think that's it. At this point, we're going to wrap up this part of the show here. For those on YouTube, join us over on twitch.tv/MikeTheRef. Due to DMCA music for entrance themes and such, we do record these specifically for our Backbreaker Gaming YouTube channel. So we do play them on Twitch, where rules are a little bit more lenient. So, but as always, folks, everybody over on the YouTube side, thank you for being here. Always appreciate you. Next time we're going live on YouTube will be this Wednesday for AEW Dynamite, the aforementioned, where we're going to get Alexander versus Omega. We're going to get the Timeless Love Bombs versus Penelope and Megan. We're going to get the Death Riders versus the Don Callis family, 2.0 versus 2.0. And a whole lot of other great stories going forward here. So, but as always, folks, thank you for being here over on YouTube, and we will see you here Wednesday with the AEW Dynamite Sidecast. But as always, folks, make sure you take care of yourself, and we'll see you here on Wednesday.